So one pro tip from me to getting the right height on this thing. Oh, heck yeah. Sea-worn legacy, modern compass. Our garments are crafted to withstand the tides of time using premium materials forged by maritime traditions. Every stitch carries the resilience of the sea. Every weave echoes the heritage of explorers. Your personal lighthouse. True style isn't about chasing waves, it's about mapping your own coordinates. Our light vintage designs distill nautical heritage into wearable poetry, empowering you to chart territories unknown while staying rooted in craftsmanship that ages like fine teak wood. Supply chain as deep as the ocean. By partnering with heritage mills and modern navigators of sustainable production, we transform maritime legacy into accessible armor for contemporary voyages without compromising depth for affordability. Let's go ahead and get this open, shall we? Ooh, yes. Look at this. WhaleWish. Look at this packaging. Nice. The packaging with WhaleWish is always nice. Wow. This rope here. Very cool. Let's undo it. Nautical vibes. Classic overalls, retro fashion item. Key selling points: adjustable double strap design, slim fit tailoring for a flattering silhouette, scratch resistant and durable denim fabric, multi-pocket functional design. Here's some scene-based tips. WhaleWish Wear Company, technical parameter area. This is 98% cotton, 2% spandex. I did reach out to WhaleWish about the composition of the material. The tag is correct in this thing, where it says it's about 63% cotton, 21-ish% polyester, and then the rest. 63.2% cotton, 21.8% polyester, 11.4% regenerated cellulose fiber, and 3.6% other fibers. And what's interesting is I would say I couldn't even tell. Like, if you were to tell me this was 100% cotton, I would not ever know, honestly, because it feels like 100% cotton. It seems to wear like 100% cotton, and it's like rugged like that. There's not really any stretch, so the cardboard hang tag WhaleWish is changing out. I wouldn't say there's very much stretch. When I first put this on, or when I first started handling it, I tried to see if there was a bit of stretch to it, because I know what 2% stretch feels like in denim, and to me there's no way there's 2% stretch in it. But there is a natural amount of stretch to it. Like, it's natural in a good rugged way, in a way that I really prefer. Craftsmanship is triple needle 5-line reinforced stitching. Let's look at these overalls, aka bibs. The names are kind of interchangeable, the terminology with this stuff. Wow, look at this. The embroidery is super nice with the anchor. WhaleWish Wear Company. Very nice. This material feels amazing. Just like their shirts, I am actually wearing one of the shirts right here. It's the one that's cuffed on the arm, which is dope. Love it. Check out the video I did on it. Just for clarity, I did receive these bibs for free, but I know quality when I see it, and I'm definitely not going to endorse something that's not quality. And just immediately upon seeing this, I'm just looking at it right now. This is quality. I can just look at something and tell, especially like compared to the website. It doesn't, I'm not saying the website doesn't make this look like it's not quality, but when you have something in your hands, it just changes everything compared to looking at screenshots. Size medium, WhaleWish. Here's the hang tag. We've gone over this in the t-shirt video. Very cool. Like I keep mentioning with WhaleWish, is everything they seem to do is quality. They think about every detail, even the packaging with the details on there and all of the printing on here. Anchored in timeless voyages, WhaleWish, crafted for those who navigate life's journey with enduring style. I'm trying to stretch it just with one hand here, and it feels like a rugged material. Look at this. But like, you can hear it, right? Good weight to it. I'm not sure what the weight is. I don't believe it said right when we were reading that. And we're gonna put these on. Oh yes, the WhaleWish Wear Co. Denim bibs, aka overalls, whatever you want to call them. Here's what they look like. These are a size medium, just for reference. I am wearing Wrangler jeans under these, in fact. Now, when it comes to bibs, here are the jeans, if you can see that. When it comes to bibs, a lot of people will typically wear them alone without pants underneath them, right? It really depends on the build, depends on what you're trying to go for. I guess I should stand up on this one. But I am also curious what you would wear your bibs with, or overalls. Coveralls I do think are a little bit different, but when it comes to bibs and overalls, a lot of the time those terms are very interchangeable. And people use them for different things, of course. As you can see, the size medium, it fits over some cowboy cut Wrangler 13MWZ, over these Roper boots, Red Wing 1155 Pecos. So they fit well in the sense of being outerwear, right? Very nice to wear as outerwear. It's good as protective clothing. These straps are very comfortable, and I like how they're like olive green. That's one of my favorite colors, honestly. Just has that militaristic kind of vibe as well. You have these straps at the bottom if you want to cinch up the hem. So what I'm wearing is way too big around circumference wise for me to use those right now, but you can loosen that strap and then tighten the bottom if you wanted to have like kind of a taper going on. We come up a little bit closer here. Let me put this on here. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4 button placket, which covers the zipper. High quality. This is so well done. Really well crafted. Look at that. And there are the Wranglers with the belt. Very cool. The hardware is quality. As you can see, the brass here, brass zipper, brass hardware. You can take the straps off pretty quickly. You just pull that down and you're good. My microphone's on this one. And then you just throw them off. Like I can take, well, I would have to take my boots off, of course, but I would just take the boots off and then throw the bibs off. Let's do that now. And it is really that quick. It's really easy to take off. So this does work pretty well as like an outerwear kind of thing. If you size down, I believe a lot of people could size down. Like I could probably size down to a small, and I would wear that mostly. AirPods in there. I would wear that mostly as like if I were to not wear stuff underneath, right? If I'm not using it as outer layer, I'm using them as like kind of pants, then I would probably size down to a small, but I actually prefer this size because I like the relaxed look. If you kind of look online on Google Images and you try to find like bib style, just people wearing bibs for kind of fashion or style reasons. If you look online and you look for those, you'll see like a lot of them are not relaxed looking. They're very like tailored. They almost look like skinny jean bibs. And I'm not making fun of anyone. I'm not into that stuff, you know. I'm more into like relaxed fit kind of stuff, cowboy cuts, and kind of, I guess, you know, if we're being stereotypical, more manly looking uh, fashion. Let's get a closer look at this denim because it does look so nice. Even this pocket here with the embroidery is backed with lining, I suppose, just so you don't have to kind of feel the embroidery in there, which is such a smart detail. Looks like it's just a nice piece of canvas as well. You have these red bar tacking diagonally at all of the pockets. All of the other pockets are unlined, just to clarify. From the straps to the buttons to the zipper to these straps here, you know, like everything, all the details are very nicely thought of. The bar tacking along certain points, that would be a stress point right down there. Somewhat, you know, you don't even really need that, but they put that in there anyway because this is meant to be durable. Like it's meant to last for so many years to the point where, you know, 30 years from now, somebody picks this up and they think it's like a vintage or antique thing from the 20th century, the 1900s, you know. Extra button in here. Nice though, like look at the detail of them. They're like this just kind of a bluish, aged looking button. Looks very nice. I love the brass ones as well, where these straps snap onto. The denim smells nice. It does smell like an indigo denim smell, as you would expect it to. You see how these pockets are cut asymmetrically as well? Look at that. It's just like this nice, subtle design. Little details add up to big things. The seams seem very well done. The denim is a nice weight. I like how it's definitely more of a medium heavy weight kind of denim, I would say. It's definitely on the heavier side. If you're like a denim head, you would probably consider this a medium weight. If you're kind of not super into denim, or you're thinking back to the past, this would definitely be a heavyweight denim back in the day. Because back in the day, even like Wranglers, these 14.75 ounce, these would be considered heavyweights way back in the day. Really only today with denim heads is a 15 ounce denim considered a midweight. And this, it's hard to tell what it is. It feels like it's probably maybe about 13 ounces, 14 ounces maybe. It's hard to tell. You can't really tell just by kind of feeling material. Maybe like super experts can. It looks like it'll fade super nicely too. I believe this is like one washed, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why there's like some of this slight kind of fading happening already, which is really nice for the texture of this denim. This dark denim looks very nice. It's gonna look nicer as it starts to age. One of the cool things about heritage style stuff like this, retro style stuff, is that it's so versatile. You can wear it with jackets. You can wear it completely undone if you want. You can wear them like as jeans. Check it out. Just throw the straps off. And you can do it any way you kind of want. I basically just pull all the material up to the front and then tie everything together. And that works out pretty well. I can walk around like this. I like how airy these are. So you can get wind flowing through here, especially if you kind of undo the cinch here on the bottom, which I kind of did just to show it off. I don't think I would typically wear these like that, although it doesn't look bad, that's for sure. Like, it gives it a distinct kind of look where it's like very loose, very flowy. It looks almost oversized in a certain way, but that's actually what I want. Like, that's actually what I like. And you just throw a jacket back on over it. We have this Filson short cruiser. It's supposed to be waxed, but it's no longer waxed because I used it so much. It's basically just like a cotton cover at this point. Works out pretty well. And so have these WhaleWish overalls. I've been liking them. I really honestly like how like it almost looks sloppy when I'm doing it, when I'm wearing them like this. There's something about it that I actually enjoy. A little bit of slop, long day at work. I'm actually about to work in these right now. And another thing to look at, which is cool, is how these buttons are diagonal because of the way that you detach it, right? It's an asymmetrical design. It's more canted to the left, and you use your left hand to unbutton these, right? You can use your right hand as well. It works either way. It's easier from going the other side, right? Just physics, and then you unzip. Zipper is very nice. I love the olive green coloration on the zipper and on the straps. Here are how long the straps are, by the way, for those that are just kind of curious on the size medium, how high up I bring the shoulder straps. I like the height of these pockets. They're very nice, especially once you get this adjusted correctly. As you may have been seeing in the video, I've kind of had this adjusted differently at different points because I was trying to get used to where I wanted it to sit exactly. And when I started working in it, I realized, like, when you're kind of bending over, grabbing things, the strap can sometimes fall off if it's not snug enough, right? It's not high enough. So one pro tip from me to getting the right height on this thing is to bring the straps up as high as you can until you start to feel the crotch right there on your family jewels. Or if you're a woman, I guess a little bit below there where the jewels would hang. Because, you need a little bit of give for when you're kind of bending over so that you obviously are not being pressed into when you're bending over in this thing, because the straps pull things up, right? It's like wearing suspenders. Check out the suspenders video I made where I go over some leather suspenders that are really dope. As for these WhaleWish overalls, I love how the inseam is perfect for me. This, I guess, is more of a personal thing, but I like when the inseam is just like I don't have to do any kind of tailoring or anything like that. However, if the thing is too long for you, the inseam, this is a size medium. It's on WhaleWish's website. Check out their size chart. I would say if they're too long for you, what you can actually do is just use this strap here at the bottom and tighten it up at your ankle, and it'll be perfectly fine. They won't drag on the ground or anything. For me personally, these actually work perfectly even without boots or shoes on. As you can kind of see, they don't drag on the ground, so this is like the perfect kind of size for me. Built very well. I love where the pockets sit, as I mentioned already, on the front and the back. The front pockets are actually really interesting because they seem so convenient in the sense they're like kind of like dump pockets. You just dump things in there pretty easily, and because of the position they're at, it's like, I don't know, they're just so nice. I feel like they're better than having like the side entry in chinos or like the top entry in jean pockets, because these are just so easy to access. Even though they're kind of on the smaller side, they're not too small. I would say they're actually a good size. So I won't be layering under these overalls on the top of my body just yet, but this will work out pretty well in the winter because there's enough room in here. I would say I'm probably like a 31-inch natural waist. Inside of this is has enough room to where I can layer like sweaters and stuff under this if I need to. And that's kind of the purpose as well, is to protect your clothing. And this thing will help kind of protect that a little bit. Not so much like on the arms, obviously. They're not coveralls, but it does protect like the majority of your body, right? Works well. So there's enough room. And the extra space as well is good because it allows air to flow through. And right now, I'm not wearing any kind of like pants or jeans under here. And that makes it even better for having that kind of evaporative cooling. You sweat a little bit into the cotton clings on to the sweat, and then wind comes in and creates an evaporative cooling effect, essentially cooling you down. And having those gaps, like on the side here, and just like in general, having a looser fit at the bottom, stuff like that, it'll allow air to flow through. And I'm actually starting to feel kind of cool now, even though I just stopped kind of working. The weave of certain things helps with the coolness of them as well. Like this WhaleWish t-shirt I'm wearing, it's a pocket tee, and this shirt has a nice weave. Even though it's somewhat of a heavier weight cotton shirt, it's still nice in even hot weather because the weave allows air to flow through it. Unlike some of the cheaper t-shirts I've been wearing, it's suffocating pretty much. But when it comes to higher quality stuff, usually you're not going to run into stuff like that, issues like that, because they know what they're building, they know the materials they're using. And typically, when you have something of this quality, you know they're thinking about every single detail. And as the thunderstorm starts to set in, we take a seat with these WhaleWish bibs. Very nice. They've been working out really well, getting dirty, just brushing them off with my hands. I haven't washed them yet or anything. This is more of an initial impressions, I suppose, overview of these bibs. And they've been very nice. I actually love the detail, which I've mentioned before, of this anchor, because it's like it kind of breaks up a little bit of the monotony, I guess you could say. Same with this pocket here, where it's two pieces, and this here will start to fade down the middle faster than the other parts of the pocket. So that'll create some additional kind of texture and definition as these break in. You have the back pockets, very nice. Can't say enough about these. I love the material, it just feels really good. But yeah, these have been the WhaleWish overalls. Check them out. Use my affiliate link for 25% off, and also get some shirts on discount if you buy the bibs, because everything just goes well together and it's just so well thought out. Might as well save and get a discount.